It begins with understanding the nature of discipline. You see, discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment, the bridge between inspiration and achievement. You can have the most fantastic ideas, the most incredible dreams, but if you don't have discipline, if you don't have the willpower to execute, then those dreams will remain just dreams. You might ask, Jim, how do I develop this discipline? How do I force myself into action? Well, it starts with making a decision, a true decision. Not a wish, not a hope, but a decision. You see, the word decision comes from the Latin root decidere, which means to cut off. When you truly decide, you cut off all other possibilities. You eliminate the option of retreat. It's like burning the ships when you arrive on the island. There's no turning back. Success becomes not just an option, but a must. Now, let me tell you something about success. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure, on the other hand, is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It's the accumulation of our daily habits that shapes our destiny. If you want to force yourself to be successful, you must first identify those daily habits that lead to success, and start practicing them no matter how small they seem. It could be as simple as waking up 30 minutes earlier to read something that inspires you, or taking 15 minutes to plan your day the night before. These small disciplines compound over time, and before you know it, they bring you closer to your goals. I remember my early days when I was struggling. I had the desire, but I didn't have the habits. I wanted success, but I didn't have the daily disciplines in place. Then one day, someone said to me, "Oh, Jim, for things to change, you have to change." And that hit me like a ton of bricks. For things to get better, I had to get better. For things to improve, I had to improve. It wasn't the economy. It wasn't my boss. It wasn't the weather. It was me. So I started with small changes. I started reading books. I started attending seminars. I began associating with people who were where I wanted to be. And little by little, my life started to change. Let me ask you this. What's one small discipline you could start practicing today that would move you closer to success? Just one. Maybe it's making one more phone call before you end your workday. Maybe it's spending 10 minutes each morning visualizing your goals. Whatever it is, start small. You see, the mind loves to exaggerate. It tells us that the path to success is a giant leap, that it's too hard, too complicated. But in reality, it's a series of small steps, practiced consistently. Here's another thing. You must be consistent. This is where most people get stuck. They start with enthusiasm. They set goals. They make plans. But when they don't see immediate results, they give up. They lose momentum. But here's the truth. Success is not an event, it's a process. It's not something you achieve once and then you're done. It's something you practice daily. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't do it once and expect to have clean teeth forever. You do it every day. The same goes for success. You must show up every day and put in the work, even when you don't feel like it. And that brings us to the next point. Feelings. If you rely solely on your feelings to take action, you're in trouble. Feelings are fickle. They change with the weather, with what you ate for breakfast, with how someone looked at you this morning. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll never get anything done. Successful people act regardless of how they feel. They understand that their feelings are not reliable indicators of what they should or shouldn't do. They understand that discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. What does a farmer do? A farmer doesn't wake up in the morning and say, "I don't feel like planting seeds today. I'll wait until I feel like it." No, the farmer knows that if he wants a harvest in the fall, he must plant seeds in the spring, whether he feels like it or not. He understands the law of the harvest. You reap what you sow. If you sow action, discipline, and consistency, you will reap success. It's a natural law. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what mood you're in. The law works if you work it. Now, some of you might be thinking, "Jim, that sounds like hard work." And you're right. Success is hard work. But let me tell you something. So is failure. Hard work is not something you can avoid. It's something you choose. You can choose the hard work of discipline, of taking action, of pushing through discomfort. Or you can choose the hard work of regret, of missed opportunities, of looking back and wondering what might have been. You see, life is not about avoiding hard work. It's about choosing the kind of hard work you want. If you want to force yourself to be successful, you must develop the habit of doing what's necessary, not what's comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone. It's easy to do what you've always done. But if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. If you want different results, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You must be willing to embrace discomfort, to do what others are not willing to do. You've got to have a vision. You see, discipline and hard work are difficult if you don't have a reason, a purpose, a vision that pulls you forward. Why do you want to be successful? What is it that you want to achieve? What will your life look like once you've achieved it? You must have a vision that is so clear, so compelling, that it pulls you out of bed in the morning, that it drives you to take action even when you don't feel like it. Without a vision, discipline becomes drudgery. But with a vision, discipline becomes a joy. It's not about what you have to do. It's about what you get to do to create the life you want. When I started my journey, I didn't have much. But I had a vision. I wanted a better life for myself and my family. I wanted to be successful. And that vision drove me. It kept me going when times were tough. It helped me push through the obstacles, the setbacks, the disappointments. And trust me, there were plenty of those. But my vision was stronger than any obstacle. It was like a magnet, pulling me toward my goals. And that's what you need if you want to force yourself to be successful. You need a vision that pulls you, a vision that drives you, a vision that makes all the hard work worth it. Here's another key point. Take a look at your circle. Who do you associate with? You see, we become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. If you want to be successful, you must surround yourself with successful people. You must associate with people who have the habits, the mindset, and the attitude that you want to develop. If you hang around with people who complain, who make excuses, who blame others for their circumstances, then guess what? You will start to adopt those same habits. But if you surround yourself with people who are positive, who are driven, who are successful, then you will start to adopt their habits. It's inevitable. If you want to force yourself to be successful, you must be willing to make some tough decisions about who you spend your time with. You must be willing to distance yourself from those who hold you back, and seek out those who can help you move forward. This is not about being arrogant or thinking you're better than others. It's about being committed to your success. It's about being willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. And sometimes that means letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. So if you want to force yourself to be successful, you must start with a decision. You must develop daily disciplines that move you toward your goals. You must be consistent and act regardless of how you feel. You must have a compelling vision that drives you. And you must surround yourself with people who support and encourage your success. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And in the end, you'll look back and realize that every step, every effort, every discipline was a brick in the bridge to your success.